So we've talked about igneous rocks now. Let's talk about sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks, we said, were made of broken fragments of other rocks that have been cemented or are otherwise held together by some interlocking forces. Sedimentary rocks go through an interesting life cycle. There's several steps to it. The first step is weathering or erosion, as shown in the upper left-hand corner. Weathering and erosion, in this case, happens as physical weathering from rain or wind beats an existing rock, and that existing rock then is broken into smaller particles, many times into sand or some other type of sediment. That sediment is then transported via wind or water, many times water. For the vast majority is transported by water, as is shown in this heavily laden sediment river, where it says transport. So that sediment is transported somewhere. When the sediment is finished being transported, it is deposited. So we have deposition in various layers. We have all of that material has been moved and then laid down. And then after a certain amount of time, we have pressure from overbearing layers that is compacting these layers of sediment. And that compaction and gluing together process is known as lithification. The lithification is the final process where we have developed a sedimentary rock. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner that there's some really nice sedimentary layers in this rock. Each one of those layers represents a different depositional event. So you can imagine that if we could back out the amount of time it takes for each layer to be deposited, we could look to see how long it's taken for this entire sedimentary section to be deposited. Also, if we could look at the various colors and decide the mineralogy and maybe decide the source, we could see where the original rock came from. So the original slide here told us three different rock types and then said that those rock types all tell us a story. That story is the rock history. And Earth's history is recorded by these rocks. Sedimentary rocks happen to be a fantastic way to record much of the history within a small area.